Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode of the Tristar Gym channel. We're going to be looking at some basic maneuvers. I've been covering a lot more advanced stuff in this channel. Today we're going to be covering some basics, but the advanced basics. There's going to be a lot of details to these basic moves, so even the most seasoned of you out there can watch this video and pick up a few things that are key to getting the chokes and sweeps, okay? One of the most important things I think is to learn to sweep in Jiu-Jitsu, and this is the first sweep you should learn. Why? Because it's done from such a secure grip, it's very difficult to get wrong. Okay, so you have a lot of leverage and it's very easy to do. So in my opinion, it's a great way to learn how to sweep. All right, with that said, let's get started with the beginning of this move and see some of the details. Now, first thing here, the man on the top here is trying to just choke me with his forearm. Now, if you do this kind of choke, it means it's telling me you know nothing about Jiu-Jitsu. And this is a horrible way to choke somebody. You can get armbarred and you can get choked out. So let's choke our opponent out and make him pay for not knowing his Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, so watch. The first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to lock my guard and I'm going to elevate my hips. Okay, so I lock my legs around his body and I elevate my hips off the ground. When you elevate your hips off the ground, look at this. You created a buffer between his arm and your neck. Okay, so now you can breathe comfortably. He's no longer crushing the windpipe. And look at this. I've created an inclined plane with my body. See, my body's now an inclined plane. So this is the ground and I've created an incline. I'm no longer parallel to the ground. So this is going to allow me to bring his arm forward and across my body. It's going to slide across my body. How am I going to do that? I'm going to pull my legs forward and pop his elbow to the right side. Okay, so watch this. It's going to be really clear when I go through the motions here. Watch this. I'm going to use my right hand to pop his elbow across my body and pull him in with my legs. See, I'm pulling him with my legs. Now notice what I've done with my right arm. My right arm is going to shoot across this side here and wrap up his neck. Okay, watch this here. Keep an eye on my right arm. I'm going to shoot it across his neck and wrap up his neck. Now this is a strong grip. You know, even the strongest guy, it's going to be very hard for him to wiggle out of this. Now watch this. I'm just going to rewind it here a little bit. I'm going to hip escape. Watch this hip escape. I'm going to escape my hips to the left. Watch this. I'm just going to scoot to the left and glue my head to his head and lock a palm-to-palm grip. Okay, so look at this palm-to-palm grip. Look how tight I am here. I'm pulling in tight. And now I'm going to switch to the Mata-Leon grip. Okay, I'm going to go for the choke. My right hand's going to grab my bicep. Left hand's going to fold between my head and his. And now, because my hips are escaped, really important key detail for power, escape these hips to the side here. You're going to have all the power you need. You're going to have the angle you need to choke out your opponent. Okay, so now I'm just going to put the squeeze and tap him out. Here's another angle. He's pressing into my neck, trying to choke me. I stretch my hips, pop his elbow across my body. Watch this. He's trying to put all his weight. He can't choke me. The weight of the hips are no longer on the resting on my neck. Okay, I'm just going to run it here a frame. Watch here. He's trying to rest the weight from his hips onto my neck. Okay, but because I'm raising my hips, his hips now are resting on my hips. Okay, so he's trying to push forward and my hips are blocking him. So he's no longer able to crush my windpipe. And now watch what I do here. I pop his elbow across. Now I'm going to wrap him up with my right hand. Look at that. My right hand comes across. Gable grip, palm to palm. Or here I'm just going to skip right to Mata-Leon. You could also skip straight to Mata-Leon. I'm going to be showing different variations. Escape those hips. You saw that hip escape, and now the guy is ready for the kill. I just put the squeeze on him, and he'll be choked out. Here it is again. I'm going to let it play through. I bridge, pop the elbow, wrap the neck. Here I'm going to go palm to palm, escape, and then wrap up the Mata-Leon, the rear naked choke here. Okay? And this is a katakatami or arm triangle or bicep choke, also a lot of people call it. I like to use the term arm triangle. Okay, so here we go. Bridge the hips, pop the elbow, gable grip, hip escape. Really key, the hip escape, and put the squeeze with the Mata-Leon. It should be super clear. If it's not super clear, rewatch the video a couple of times and it'll make simple sense. I'm going to let the rest play through and then we're going to see the sweep. Here it is. I drag him in with my legs. Really important stuff. Great maneuver, great combination for beginners, this. Adding this choke and then the sweep is very key. I find that beginners get it right away. It takes less than 5 or 10 minutes to teach this technique. And all of a sudden now they start to understand how to use their legs. So watch here. This is a common problem. Watch. I'm hip escaping. Watch here. I hip escape. And I want to get the angle to put the choke on. Okay, so watch here. I hip escape. And look, he follows me. He puts me back flat on my back. Watch this again. Okay, watch here. I'm going to do the hip escape. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so for me to stop the guy from following me, we're going to see the hip escape again. Actually, let's do that right now. Let me go back here. Okay, so the guy's in my full guard. Watch this. I hip escape to get the angle to do the Mata-Leon. Watch. hip escape, and I want to choke him now, right? We said we're going to go to Mataleon. But when I do that, look how he puts me flat on my back. All he does is he lines himself up back up with me. So if I hip escape to my right, he's going to walk over to his left. Now watch, when he walks over, he's got to put his feet on the ground, you see? He's got to put his feet on the ground, and that creates this gap here. So I'm going to go put my hooks. Okay, I'm going to put the grapevines in here, or the hooks, we also call them just the hooks. Watch how my feet are going to go inside. I'm going to hook, stretch them out. And now watch, when I stretch him out here, watch this. He has one side with base. See this hand right here? If I try to sweep him in this direction, this arm, his arm right here, will just come out in base. Okay, so what does it mean? Base is just going to put his hand out. So he's just going to stretch his arm out here and put his arm right here, and it's going to stop me from rolling him in this direction. Okay, so a lot of beginners, they don't know which side to roll. This arm is trapped. Okay, so this arm right here that you're looking at, it's trapped by my neck. So if I roll him towards my right in this direction, he cannot use this arm here. Okay, so he cannot use this arm to base over here. So that's the side he has no base. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the opposite side leg. Watch, I'm going to use my left hook. Look, my left hook's going to slide underneath. So now I have one hook over. This is really simple stuff. This is the basic stuff. One hook over and one hook under. Okay, so you have one hook over, one hook under, and I'm going to sweep him towards my right. Let's see that now. I'm going to lift him up. This is such a good squeeze. You have such a good grip on his head that it's super easy. And now look how I'm going to dismount. Watch the dismount. Observe here the dismount. Put my hook. And the dismount is not super important. And I'm not going to go through all the details of the choke. That'll be for future videos because there are a lot of details to this choke. But just think about it like this, okay? Watch how I'm walking. Once I get to the top position, I start to walk towards his head. Okay, and I want to get in a perpendicular position here. I want a spine like this, and I want my spine like this. Okay, and I want it to be a perpendicular position. And I want to drive all my weight forward. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to play it through. Right here. And now look, I want to put my chin in his eyeball. Okay, I want to put my chin towards his eyeball and start to drive my weight forward behind his tricep. And you could just have a regular palm-to-palm grip. Here it is again. I defend the forearm choke, you know, the old school forearm tough guy choke. Wrap up the choke, but look, he won't let me get to the angle. I stretch out his legs. I'm going to put the butterfly hook, and I'm going to sweep him to the side. He has no base. Now watch I sweep him to the side where he has no base. Look how I'm going to dismount. Watch my legs. I'm going to take out my butterfly hook. Look at my right leg. Now here it's just me repeating the maneuver. Watch here, I'm just, yeah. What I was showing there is how to hip escape. Okay, so let's see that one last time. When you want to sweep the guy to get power, watch this. Look, my hips are underneath him. Watch what they're going to do, my hips. I'm going to escape them to the right and lift my hook. There you go. And once I escape them to the right, it's more powerful. Okay, so if you skip out that detail, you're just going to have to work a lot harder. Here's how I take out my hook. Check that out. I start to get perpendicular. I put my chin in his eyeball, and I start to walk perpendicular, pressing my chest. I'm pressing my body here into his tricep. Okay, so press forward, chin in the eyeball, press forward, drop your weight, and you'll finish the guy. Here's my Gable grip. That's the grip I'm using to choke when I get on top. Okay, so just palm-to-palm grip. That's simple. Nothing complicated here. Stretch your hips, bridge your hips, pop the elbow, hip escape. If he squares up with you, put the leg hooks, butterfly hook, lift, sweep, and now watch here I dismount. Take out my butterfly hook, get perpendicular, get your chin right in his eyeball, drop your weight behind the tricep, and choke him out. Give a little squeeze, and the man will be done. Here's the last few looks. He squares up with me. I'm going to stretch out his hooks. Oh no, here I'm trying to hip escape again, going for the choke all over again. He follows me, stretch those hooks. Here comes the butterfly hook. Sweep him to the side where he has no base. Dismount, watch the dismount again. Get perpendicular. Chin right in the eyeball here, here it comes. And squeeze. Alright guys, that's it for this episode. Here's a couple other episodes I shot. Hopefully you guys saw them. If you didn't, the one on the left is how not to get slammed. The one on the right is the way of Toquinho, how to use your double leg to get into a leg lock situation. And here's a few other videos that I did. The one on the left is the golden rules of self-defense. and the one on the right is a powerful transition to darts. If you guys didn't get a chance to see these videos, just click on the screen right now. It'll take you there, and I have a whole bunch of videos up if you guys haven't seen them. A lot of you have been saying, hey, I just found this channel by fluke, so I want you guys to be aware there's a lot of other videos out there, so click on the screen and enjoy, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.